So Dewey's asking, what is my opinion of the program and where it's headed? I am kind of intrigued and also baffled by the program. That's where I'm at. So when Scott Frost was hired, I thought home run hire, bam. He's done such a great job at UCF, obviously did a great job at Oregon, building that offense. Is the native son coming home that's so full of passion and drive to build something at his alma mater. So everything seems to be in sync. He's a young, energetic guy, smart guy who's already turned a 0-win team into an undefeated team at UCF, built a great offense at Oregon and at UCF. I just thought it was the perfect hire, and it still may be. I did realize that because I realized that in a lot of ventures in life, I realize in taking this leap from ESPN to what I'm doing now, sometimes you got to take a few steps back before you can move forward. And I think that's what he's experienced. The place where I thought, man, okay, they're turning the corner was at the end of his first season. That would have been 2018, right? Yeah, 2018. When they lost the sixth straight to open the season, they were 0-6. They went 4-2 down the stretch, and their two losses, they took Ohio State to the wire, and that Ohio State team finished number 3 in the country. They took Iowa to the last play of the game, and that Iowa team was a top 15 team in the country. I thought, okay, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do the next season. And it just hasn't come together yet. I don't know exactly what it is, because I think that he's an excellent football coach. And Greg can more vouch for the staff. I can't. I haven't looked through it to look at the backgrounds and the histories of everybody. They've recruited in the top. They haven't like, knocked it out of the park, but they've kept up the standard of top 18 to 25 in the country, in that range. So the results should be coming. I do think that they're in a difficult place where the expectations are so high, and the brand, the image, the tradition, the history is so incredibly high, and they still have the money, the resources, and everything working for them from that standpoint, but they are kind of isolated from a ton of talent. I do think that that's a unique challenge to them. Iowa's got the same challenge. Wisconsin's got the same challenge, but the expectations aren't as high there.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Absolutely fair, coming from, somebody just from the outside. And, we've mentioned it a lot, that this was a way, way bigger fix, taking this job, than anybody ever had imagined, especially Coach Frost. And I agree with you. I think he's a phenomenal football coach. And obviously he's the right guy for the job. And, winning is going to cure everything. And, especially this year, if you show that progress, great things are going to be on the horizon, because, that recruiting that you've seen being pretty steady, like you said, kind of in the 18 to 25 range, which, we're just going to go ahead and call that 3-star recruiting. Winning, you translate that to wins on the field, and you know what? That recruiting steadily will start going up, because people will realize that these guys have been telling you the truth the whole time, that things are going to change here. And the culture is right now. There was dissension even on last year's team. When they had the option, when they were thinking about playing the season or not, at the beginning. There were factions on the team that did not want to even play a season. There was position groups on the offense that I won't go any farther in to point out, but there was factions going on there, and it's taken a long time to get everybody on the same page, and I think right now the culture is better than it ever has been. And then on top of it, you add a brand new AD who is a Nebraska legend in Trev Alberts, who, like we talked about last week, after his very successful NFL career, he did another 10, 12 years on ESPN as a talking head on ESPN. And, the only reason why he stopped doing that is because he was missing out on his kids growing up and stuff. So he took an AD job at Nebraska Omaha, a place near and dear to his heart, and he did great things there. Left some things still on the board that he wanted to accomplish there, but when he speaks about Nebraska, he is passionate about this place. He knows what they need, and I think that's the bottom line. That the last few ADs that have been here at Nebraska are just not Nebraska guys. You're bringing them in from another state. Trev knows this place in and out, and this is the best thing that Nebraska athletics could ever get, in my opinion. And he's going to make a big difference. And Coach Frost and his staff will have 100% backing from Trev Alberts.
So I think and feel exactly the same way, although I'm somewhat hesitant because Scott Frost seemed to be the perfect hire. And again, he may turn out to be, but it hasn't worked out too well yet, because you can hire, there are successful athletic directors from all over the place that have come from different locations. But when you can get the right individual who knows the business and the inner workings of any athletic program, so they know the nuts and bolts, so you could send them anywhere in the country and they could do a good job. But on top of that, you bring everything you just stated about knowing the culture, knowing the campus, having just that little bit more of incentive because that's their school. All that has to be a plus.
Well, and he says that he owes everything to coming to Nebraska. It changes his life. He came from Iowa, Cedar Falls, Iowa, I think. It was the best decision he said he ever made in his life. And, he learned how to be a man here and owes everything to this university. So, boy, that's a heck of a plus on top of just hiring a guy to take over your athletic department.
Ustrick, I don't know when the prediction video is coming out, but I'm sending out all 65 Power Fives, so I've only gotten out about 5 or 6. So it's coming at some point. So I'm kind of mixing it up. I'm not going through the conferences, just kind of mixing it up. So I've got no real strategy, but all the predictions are done. They're all right in front of me. So it'll be coming out